Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you.
I think I put a lot of passion into what I do, and I think that translates to the audience.
The drummer.
Today, as we honor remarkable individuals, let us come together to remember the legacy of those who turned their lives into beacons of hope, courage, and love for all. Clem Burke, the legendary drummer of Blondie, was one of those rare souls. He was not only the essential heartbeat behind timeless hits like Call Me and The Tide is High, but also the vibrant spirit that bridged the band's golden years and its revival. He passed away on April 7th, 2025, at the age of 70, after a valiant battle with cancer, leaving behind a profound sense of loss among fans across the globe. Born into a musical family in Bayonne, New Jersey, Clem's passion for drumming emerged early. With his signature tousled hair and fiery playing style, he brought explosive energy and a unique artistry to Blondie. From disco to reggae, classic rock to early hip-hop, he proved himself not just a gifted musician, but a true architect of sound who helped define an era. After Blondie's initial hiatus, Clem remained an in-demand force in the music world. He collaborated with icons like David Bowie, Joan Jett, Bob Dylan, and even performed with the Ramones under the name Elvis Ramone. No matter where he played, he carried the blazing spirit of an artist who lived for music and lived through the stage. Clem Burke's passing is a great loss, but his legacy will never fade. He didn't just play the drums, he awakened emotion, stirred passion, and inspired generations. Farewell, Clem, the complete artist of heart and rhythm, who lived a life pulsing with sound, forever echoing in time.
Pretend nothing's happening.
William Finn, the gifted composer and Tony Award winner, best known for his beloved musicals Falsettos and the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, passed away on April 7th, 2025, after a long battle with illness. The sad news was confirmed by his literary agent, Ron Gwiazda. While an official cause of death has not been released, several sources have reported that Finn spent his final years in significantly decreased health. Born in Boston in 1952, Finn left a profound mark on the world of Broadway with his deeply emotional, humane, and lyrically rich music and storytelling. His masterpiece, Falsettos, drawn from a series of one-act musicals written in the 1970s, portrays life and love within the LGBTQ+ community during the early years of the AIDS crisis. The musical earned him 2 Tony Awards in 1992 and was revived to great recognition in 2016. In the early 1990s, Finn faced a life-threatening experience when he was diagnosed with an arteriovenous malformation, AVM. This near-death experience inspired A New Brain, 1998, a musical filled with gratitude, joy, and a renewed appreciation for life's smallest moments. Reflecting on his recovery, Finn once said, "I used to get angry waiting for the elevator. After surgery, I thought, everything's wonderful. Life was suddenly more magical than I'd ever imagined." William Finn is survived by his longtime partner, Arthur Salvadore, and a remarkable artistic legacy defined by compassion, honesty, and a deep yearning for connection. The melodies he leaves behind are not just songs. They are quiet whispers of hope in the darkness, tender notes that embrace the most vulnerable corners of the human heart.
3 feet high and rising. How high is the water pump?
Tommy Cash, the younger brother of the legendary Johnny Cash and a talented country artist, quietly passed away on September 13, 2024, at the age of 84. Born in Dyess, Arkansas, to a modest family of 7 siblings, Tommy learned the value of hard work and resilience early on. After graduating from high school, he joined the United States Army, where he worked as a DJ for Armed Forces Radio, planting the seeds for his lifelong musical journey. Throughout his decades-long career, Tommy left a lasting mark with heartfelt songs like 6 White Horses, a touching tribute to 3 fallen American leaders. He collaborated with country icons like Hank Williams Jr. and gradually cemented his place in the hearts of music lovers. Though he often lived in the shadow of his legendary brother Johnny, Tommy's music had a distinct voice, humble, sincere, and steeped in Southern spirit. Behind the spotlight, however, was a life filled with quiet struggles. Tommy faced difficult financial times, especially as the music industry grew and changed. In his later years, he struggled with persistent health issues that forced him to step away from the stage. Yet his devotion never wavered. He continued to appear at tributes to his brother, keeping the Cash family legacy alive and inspiring fans with his quiet strength. Tommy Cash is survived by his beloved wife, Marcy, son Mark Allen Cash, and countless fans who cherished him as a living part of country music history. His funeral will be held in Hendersonville, Tennessee, the place he called home until his final days. The world has lost a gentle voice, a storyteller in song, and a beautiful soul, but his memory will forever resonate in the hearts of those who loved his music.
Lady to look at a Senate bid right after the whole Tipper Gore situation. I think that's really surprising a lot of people.
On life's journey, there are individuals who quietly plant seeds of hope, inspire others, and uplift those around them through unwavering dedication and kindness. Tim Curran, veteran journalist and former editor of Roll Call, was one such person. He not only helped shape the landscape of political journalism in Washington, but also served as a mentor and friend to generations of young reporters. Tim passed away at his home in Washington, D.C. on February 9, 2025, at the age of 57, leaving behind a deep sense of loss in the hearts of friends, colleagues, and those he once guided. Starting as an intern at Roll Call in 1989, Tim rose to become editor-in-chief, a steady hand steering the publication through the often turbulent waters of political news. Under his leadership, Roll Call was described as a scrappy little pirate ship, fueled by young talent he personally sought out and nurtured. He was more than a newsroom leader. He built a journalistic community grounded in energy, mentorship, and camaraderie. Yet behind his composed and accomplished exterior were deeply personal challenges. After leaving the Washington Post in 2023, Tim entered what he called a quiet corner of his life, a post-career chapter marked by solitude and soul-searching. Although he remained optimistic and full of warmth, he grew more private, focusing on peace and simplicity in Taos, New Mexico, where he dreamed of opening an animal rescue ranch. Stepping away from the front lines of journalism left him unmoored at times, but he continued to check in on former colleagues like an older brother, always offering encouragement from afar. Tim Curran's passing is an immeasurable loss. He leaves behind not only a legacy in print, but a lasting imprint on every life he touched. To Tim, journalism was never about standing in the spotlight alone. It was about growing together. Farewell, Tim, a man of depth, grace, and extraordinary heart. Tito Jackson, the quiet yet irreplaceable older brother of the iconic Jackson 5, passed away on September 15, 2024, after suffering a heart attack while traveling from New Mexico to Oklahoma. He was 70 years old. His sudden passing left countless music lovers in shock and sorrow, for Tito was not only the steady rhythm behind a generation, but also the silent soul behind timeless childhood anthems like ABC and I'll Be There. Born in 1953 in Gary, Indiana, Tito grew up in a large family where music was the air they breathed. He learned to play the guitar by secretly practicing on his father's instrument, a habit that eventually became a challenge from his strict but visionary dad. Through patience and unwavering passion, Tito became the lead guitarist of the Jackson 5, the group that would set the world ablaze in the 1970s. While his brother Michael stood under the brightest lights, Tito chose humility, steadiness, and a quiet devotion to the music they made together. Throughout his life, Tito faced many ups and downs in both career and personal life. After the Jackson 5 parted ways with Motown, he and his brothers continued as the Jacksons, touring and performing across the globe. In his later years, long past the peak of fame, Tito remained active, recording, performing with his son, and releasing his solo album, Tito Time, in 2016. He lived a simple life on a ranch in Oklahoma, always holding close the heart of an artist. Tito leaves behind 3 sons, 9 grandchildren, and an unforgettable musical legacy. To fans around the world, he will forever be the devoted musician, the steady older brother whose hands guided melodies, whose spirit preserved family and artistry. Like his guitar playing, never flashy but soulful and enduring, the memory of Tito Jackson will echo for generations to come. In the vibrant tapestry of American country music, Joe Bonsall, the soaring, powerful voice of the Oak Ridge Boys, will forever be remembered as an icon, not only for his remarkable talent, but for his loving heart and unwavering strength in the face of adversity. He passed away on July 9, 2024, at the age of 76, after a courageous battle with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a devastating disease that gradually robs the body of its ability to move. Since joining the Oak Ridge Boys in 1973, Joe helped craft a legendary journey spanning more than 50 years, lifting the group to the heights of fame with countless hits and honors, from the Grand Ole Opry to the Country Music Hall of Fame. Behind the stage lights, however, he faced years of private struggle as his illness progressed, eventually making walking impossible. In January 2024, he made the painful yet courageous decision to retire from touring to focus on his health. Beyond his music, Joe was also an inspiring author, having written 11 books, including his final memoir, I See Myself, set to be released in November as a heartfelt farewell to his fans. Even in his final years, he remains deeply grateful for the love, prayers, and support from his audience, friends, and lifelong musical companions. Joe Bonsall's passing leaves a void that words can scarcely fill. He did more than sing. He gave voice to hope, stirred the soul, and lived a life devoted to art, to faith, and to boundless love for others. Farewell, Joe, an artist of loyalty, courage, and everlasting melody.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take it away!
From a difficult beginning as a young boy struggling with a severe stutter to becoming one of the most revered actors of all time, James Earl Jones forged an extraordinary artistic journey where words became his power and his voice became his legacy. He passed away on September 9, 2024, at the age of 93, surrounded by his family. Although the cause of his death was not disclosed, the world mourned the loss of a legend whose powerful, emotional delivery lives on in the hearts of audiences everywhere. James Earl Jones embodied depth, inner strength, and commanding presence, qualities conveyed in a voice so resonant it became iconic. From Darth Vader in Star Wars, to Mufasa in The Lion King, to the unmistakable tone of CNN's slogan, he was more than just a storyteller. He was a soul that brought every role to life. "I love acting not just for the characters," he once said, "but for the language, because I lost my ability to speak and I found myself through words." For more than 6 decades, Jones remained committed to stage, television, and film, winning 3 Tony Awards, 2 Emmy Awards, a Grammy Award, a Golden Globe, and an honorary Oscar. Even in his later years, he continued to work, voicing Darth Vader again in 2022's Obi-Wan Kenobi, a testament to his unwavering passion for the craft. The passing of James Earl Jones leaves a void that will be difficult to fill, but his legacy will resonate forever, as will his unforgettable voice, a timeless symbol of inspiration, wisdom, and beauty in the art of speaking. Can we honor his memory by embracing language and storytelling as he did? Let's remember him by remembering every word, every story, sharing with us your beautiful memories below, with hearts open to the beauty that art brings to our lives. The voice that refused to be silenced, Celine Dion's unbreakable journey. Celine Dion has long stood as a beacon of vocal excellence and inner strength, mesmerizing audiences across generations. Hailing from Charlemagne, Quebec, she grew up in a modest home as the youngest of 14 children, with music flowing naturally through her family life. It didn't take long for her incredible gift to be noticed, and with the guidance of her future husband and manager René Angélil, her journey from small-town prodigy to global icon began. More than just a singer, Celine has become a symbol of resilience and inspiration, her life story woven as tightly into her legacy as the timeless ballads she sings. Her impact on the music world is undeniable. Over the span of her illustrious career, she has sold over 200 million albums worldwide and earned 5 Grammy Awards, 2 Oscars for Best Original Song, Beauty and the Beast and My Heart Will Go On, 7 American Music Awards, and an astounding 20 Juno Awards. Celine also holds the historic record of being the only artist to have 7 Diamond-certified albums in Canada. Her Las Vegas residency, which ran from 2003 to 2019, became one of the highest-grossing shows of all time, with more than 1,100 performances and over $680 million in revenue. But behind the glittering success lay profound personal sorrow. In 2016, Celine faced the devastating loss of René Angélil after his prolonged battle with cancer. René wasn't just her life partner. He had been the architect of her career since her teenage years. His passing marked a painful turning point in her life. Despite this heartbreak, she continued to sing, channeling her grief into her music and proving that the stage remained a place of solace and healing. A new and deeply challenging chapter began in 2022 when Celine shared the heartbreaking news of her diagnosis with stiff person syndrome, SPS, a rare and progressive neurological disorder that causes severe muscle rigidity, painful spasms, and impaired mobility. For a performer whose very essence is intertwined with movement and voice, the news was both physically devastating and emotionally shattering. Her world-famous vocal control, an instrument honed over decades, was under threat, and the very act of standing, let alone performing, became a struggle. As the condition progressed, Celine was forced to cancel all remaining tour dates and step back from the stage she loved so dearly. It wasn't just a pause in her career, it was an existential confrontation with her identity as an artist. In interviews and public messages, she spoke openly about her condition, detailing the intense pain and difficulty in performing even basic tasks. Her transparency not only drew widespread empathy, but also raised global awareness about a condition many had never heard of before. The emotional toll was just as profound. For someone who had always turned to music as a form of healing, being silenced, both literally and metaphorically, was a devastating blow. Yet Celine's response was one of determination. She committed herself to treatment, to physical therapy, to regaining strength inch by inch. Throughout it all, she remained a beacon of hope to her fans, assuring them that she would return, even if that return might look different from what anyone expected. And return she did. In 2024, after months away from the stage, Celine made a stirring appearance at the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics. There, she delivered a deeply emotional rendition of L'Hymne à l'amour, paying tribute to Edith Piaf and proving that her spirit remains as unbreakable as ever. Fans around the world watched with tears and admiration, reminded once again of the power of her voice and presence. Later that same year, she graced the fashion world with her presence at the 1001 Seasons of Elie Saab show in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. As she sang "The Power of Love and I'm Alive," the crowd responded with resounding applause. The performance wasn't merely a musical showcase, it was a declaration that Céline Dion, against all odds, was still here, still shining. Despite not having announced any new projects as of yet, speculation abounds. Her fans remain hopeful that she will soon return to the recording studio, perhaps to create music that speaks to her journey, her struggles, and her strength. Given her history of channeling emotion into art, the anticipation is palpable. Whether or not new music is on the horizon, Celine's existing body of work continues to comfort and inspire. The heart of Céline Dion's story is not solely her vocal prowess, but the quiet, fierce strength she has shown in the face of immense adversity. Her career has not just entertained, but uplifted, healing broken spirits and giving people permission to feel deeply. She has embodied what it means to rise above life's most painful moments without losing one's light. Her resurgence in 2024 felt like more than just a return to form. It felt like a promise fulfilled. For a woman who has given so much to the world through her artistry, it was the world's turn to stand by her. Celine's perseverance reminds us all that true greatness lies not in perfection, but in the courage to keep going. As we look ahead, we celebrate not only Céline Dion's legendary contributions to music, but also the indomitable human spirit that defines her. She continues to inspire with every step of her journey, reminding us that even the greatest voices must rest, recover, and rise again. To her fans, she is not only a music icon, but a symbol of hope and humanity. Have you followed Céline Dion's journey? Were you inspired by her 2024 comeback? Join the conversation and share your thoughts as we honor a woman whose legacy reaches far beyond the stage. Let us continue to celebrate her courage, her music, and her unwavering light. Stay with us as we turn our attention to another deeply inspiring figure, a man who had a profound and lasting impact on modern jazz, legendary drummer Roy Haynes, who has died at the age of 99. Roy Haynes was more than just a brilliant musician. He was the heartbeat of an entire musical generation. He departed this world on November 12, 2024, leaving behind an irreplaceable space in the world of jazz. His death was a natural one. His daughter Leslie Haynes Gilmore confirmed. His passing capped an era that spanned nearly 8 decades, a time when he was not just a musician, but the living soul of jazz, breathing new life, sharpness, and vitality into every beat. Born in 1925 in Roxbury, Boston, to a Barbadian family, Haynes grew up in a vibrant, culturally diverse neighborhood. Though his formal training was brief, he quickly demonstrated his talent through self-study, tireless practice, and performance from his teenage years. His quiet playing style was poetic and inventive, from whispering hi-hats to explosive snare rolls and unexpected rhythms and swings. He breathed life into jazz with a unique and breathy quality. Throughout his life, Haynes never stopped evolving. From classic recordings like We Three and Out of the Afternoon to Fountain of Youth, he not only added to the jazz legacy, but also reshaped the way we understand rhythm. Every move he made on stage, every drum beat, every tap of his feet, was filled with elegant, witty, and powerful energy. Roy Haynes may be gone, but his spirit lives on in the rhythms of jazz, in the hearts of music lovers, and in the cultural history of America. He didn't just play drums, he had the world listening.
Want to continue asking me questions? You're gonna have to do it with my dream team present.
Under the bright lights of stage and screen, John Capodice was never the name at the top of the marquee, but he was the quiet soul behind the success of countless beloved films and television shows. He passed away on December 30th, 2024, at the age of 83. Though the cause of his passing was not disclosed, his funeral was announced on the website of Pizzi Funeral Home in New Jersey, which honored him as a devoted husband, father, and grandfather, who will be missed by all who had the pleasure to meet him. Born on December 25, 1941, John Capodice was a seasoned character actor who turned supporting roles into unforgettable moments. From the sharp-witted detective in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, to the memorable Carmine Cerullo in General Hospital and the laundromat owner in the iconic Seinfeld episode The Revenge, Capodice's brief appearances were marked by undeniable presence. His career extended across theater stages and hit series such as The West Wing, 6 Feet Under, and Law and Order, always leaving a mark. Beyond the camera, he served in the U.S. Army in Korea from 1964 to 1966 and was a proud member of the Sons of Italy, Rockland Lodge, 2176. Even in his later years, despite declining health, he continued voice acting as recently as 2023, a testament to his unwavering passion for the craft. John Capodice may have left quietly, but his legacy lives on in roles etched into the hearts of viewers. A reminder that sometimes, it's the supporting characters who bring the deepest soul to a story. Farewell to a quiet yet remarkable artist. Are we truly recognizing those who stand just behind the spotlight? Let us take a moment to remember him, with gratitude, reverence, and a deep love for the simple, genuine beauty of storytelling.
My father, I played in bands at an early age too. I started playing in bands when I was in 9th grade.
Dave Jordan, the visionary producer who helped shape the sound of late 80s and early 90s alternative rock, passed away peacefully in his sleep on February 5, 2025, at the age of 75. The sad news was confirmed by his son, Brian Jordan, who wrote in a heartfelt message, "He was larger than life, with a laugh you couldn't contain, and a mind full of stories, knowledge, and music. We will forever carry his love, his inspiration, and the music that will never fade." Jordan's name became synonymous with genre-defining records like Nothing's Shocking and Ritual de lo Habitual by Jane's Addiction, as well as Facelift and Dirt, the groundbreaking early albums from Alice in Chains. With a keen ear, relentless attention to detail, and a fiercely creative spirit, he guided artists to find the raw heart of their sound, forging musical landmarks that still resonate with listeners today. Despite early breakthroughs with Talking Heads, Remain in Light, Red Hot Chili Peppers, The Rolling Stones, Dirty Work, and Herbie Hancock, Jordan often faced skepticism for his unconventional methods and refused to follow industry trends. In later years, shifting musical landscapes made work less steady, and he retreated somewhat from the mainstream spotlight. But his passion never wanes. He mentors continued younger artists and reflects on the craft he loved so deeply. Dave Jordan was more than a producer. He was a sonic storyteller, breathing life into every track he touched. In a 2013 interview, he humbly credited the engineer as the true heart of the studio, saying, "He was the guy making the record. He knew what all the knobs did. He was like a rocket scientist." Jerden lived by that ethic, quiet, brilliant, and essential. His legacy will echo through every powerful chord, every haunting lyric, and every fan who ever found a piece of themselves in his work.
Hello, I'm Mary Richards.
Good evening. I'm Armand Linton, and this is my wife, Mrs. Armand.
You probably remember the gentle face and calm demeanor of Jack DeMave, the actor who portrayed Forest Ranger Bob Erickson in the beloved series Lassie, and the charming Armand Linton in the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Now, he has quietly left this world on January 16th, 2025, at the age of 91. According to his close friend Vicki Lovett, DeMave passed away under hospice care in Macon, Georgia, after a heart attack he suffered on Thanksgiving Day. His passing leaves a void in the hearts of viewers who grew up with the warmth and sincerity he brought to every television appearance. Born in 1933 in Jersey City, New Jersey, Jack was steeped in the arts from a young age. His father was a heavyweight boxer from Holland, and his mother, a Broadway casting director. Early experiences backstage and on stage ignited his passion for acting. He studied under renowned teachers such as Lee Strasberg and Herbert Berghoff, and shared the stage with legendary performers such as Charlton Heston and Alfred Lunt before transitioning to television. Although his journey was not without obstacles, taking on smaller roles in Wagon Train, F Troop, and other TV dramas, Jack persevered with dedication and quiet strength. After rising to fame with Lassie, he went on to appear in films like 1776 and The Man Without a Face, and became a beloved figure in commercials as the Lone Ranger. In his later years, he lived a modest life with his cherished Sheltie, Tyler, following the passing of his wife Camille in 2013. Jack DeMave was never the loudest star in the room, but he was a true artist of grace and devotion. He remains a cherished part of classic American television, where his warm smile, sincere gaze, and kind-hearted presence will forever live on in the hearts of those who watched him.
Constantly coming up to me and saying, "Twice nightly Whiteley, twice nightly Whiteley," and if only people knew.
From the moment she stepped onto the stage with tiny feet and a sweet, innocent voice on Junior Showtime, Catherine Apanowicz dedicated her entire life to the performing arts. She passed away on March 4th, 2025, at the age of 64, after a long and courageous battle with illness. To British television audiences, she was more than just a familiar face. She was a living memory, woven into the cultural fabric of generations. Catherine left a lasting impression through a series of memorable roles in iconic TV dramas such as Angels, EastEnders, and Emmerdale. With a natural, sharp, and emotionally rich style of acting, she brought to life complex, strong female characters, from Nurse Rose Butchins to journalist Helen Ackroyd. Each performance was a vivid portrait of life, captivating viewers with its depth and authenticity. Beyond the spotlight, Catherine was also a charming television presenter, a beloved voice on local radio, and most tenderly, the devoted partner of Countdown legend Richard Whiteley. Their enduring love story, spanning over a decade, was a quiet source of strength and comfort, even when work kept them apart. Catherine Apanowicz's passing leaves a deep void in the hearts of her fans and colleagues alike. Yet her legacy, her unwavering passion for the arts, her resilience in the face of illness, and her commitment to living each moment fully will forever be remembered. Let us take a quiet moment to honor this gifted, compassionate, and unmistakably Yorkshire artist, whose spirit continues to inspire.
And as for your teeth and eating candy, you wait and see. Nellie and Willie are going to have bad ones in a few years. You fetch some water.
According to The Hollywood Reporter, Jack Lilly, the veteran stuntman who spent 9 seasons working on Little House on the Prairie, has passed away at the age of 91. He took his final breath on March 19th at the Motion Picture and Television Country House in Woodland Hills, following complications from Alzheimer's disease. His passing marks the close of a long and vibrant chapter in the history of Western cinema, one defined by heart, grit, and old Hollywood spirit. Born in 1933 in Hughes Springs, Texas, Jack Lilly grew up among the dust and hooves of classic Western filmmaking. His father supplied horses to the studios, giving young Jack early exposure to the cowboy world of Hollywood. At just 14, he landed his first role in the Durango Kid film series. After serving in the Navy, he officially entered the stunt world, joining the Screen Actors Guild in 1955 and building a name for himself through daring performances, especially noted for his expert horseback riding. Over more than 5 decades, Lilly left his mark not only on TV westerns like Gunsmoke, Bonanza, and The Virginian, but also in iconic films such as The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, Young Guns, and Planet of the Apes. Despite a notable on-set accident in Blazing Saddles, he never gave up the craft. Beyond stunts, he ran his own animal training company, Movin' On Livestock, supplying and training horses for major productions. To co-stars like Melissa Gilbert, he wasn't just a castmate, but a mentor and lifelong friend on and off set. His passing, coming just months after a reunion celebrating 50 years of Little House on the Prairie, is a heartfelt loss to fans of classic film and television. He follows his beloved wife Irene, who died in 2023, and leaves behind 3 sons, 5 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren, along with a legacy marked by quiet devotion, enduring loyalty, and the soul of a true cowboy that will never fade. Carol Burnett. Laughter, loss, and the legacy you never saw coming. Carol Burnett, the legendary actress, comedian, and singer, has become a treasured icon in American entertainment, celebrated for her quick wit, boundless charm, and extraordinary resilience. From her unforgettable role as host of The Carol Burnett Show to her dramatic turns on stage and screen, Burnett has captivated audiences with both laughter and sincerity. But beyond the glittering accolades and unforgettable sketches lies a journey paved with hardship, perseverance, and profound humanity. What is it about Carol Burnett that continues to inspire generation after generation? How did she transform personal pain into comedic brilliance and elevate variety television into an art form? Today, as we honor her incredible legacy, we look back on the life of a woman who showed us the healing power of humor, the strength of vulnerability, and the enduring beauty of authenticity. Carol Burnett was born on April 26, 1933, in San Antonio, Texas, and from an early age, her life was shaped by hardships that would later become the foundation for her strength, sincerity, and unmatched comedic instincts. Raised by her grandmother in a modest one-room apartment, Burnett discovered a love for performance in childhood, often entertaining her family by reenacting skits and inventing characters. While she once envisioned a career in journalism, everything changed when she enrolled at UCLA and found herself drawn to the stage. It was there that her natural gift for timing and her capacity to make people laugh revealed the true power of performance. During her college years, Carol sharpened her improvisational skills, drawing attention for her magnetic presence and infectious humor. After graduating, she headed to New York City, chasing dreams amid financial uncertainty and tough competition. She began performing in small productions and variety shows, and her undeniable talent quickly caught the attention of producers. It wasn't long before she became a regular on The Gary Moore Show, charming viewers with her comedic sketches and warm singing voice. This exposure laid the groundwork for what would become her most iconic creation. In 1959, Carol starred in the Broadway musical Once Upon a Mattress, earning a Tony Award nomination and proving herself as a powerhouse performer. But it was in 1967 that she made television history with the debut of The Carol Burnett Show, a groundbreaking variety series that would run for 11 seasons. The show was a blend of sketch comedy, musical numbers, and celebrity guests, all anchored by Burnett's ability to become unforgettable characters. Her end-of-show ear tug, a subtle nod to her grandmother, became a signature gesture filled with heart. Audiences were captivated by her self-deprecating humor and approachable nature. Working alongside comedy legends like Harvey Korman, Vicki Lawrence, and Tim Conway, Burnett created a comedic ensemble that delivered iconic moments, including the now famous Gone with the Wind spoof. Her show won 25 Emmy Awards and changed the landscape of television, setting the stage for future sketch comedies and redefining the role of women in entertainment. She proved that a woman could lead, create, and command laughter on primetime television. Offstage, Carol remained just as humble and kind. Her blend of grace and wit endeared her to fans across generations. She embraced her role as a trailblazer, opening doors for female comedians who followed in her footsteps. Her influence stretched far beyond television, touching audiences who saw in her a mentor, a pioneer, and a kindred spirit. She wasn't just telling jokes, she was telling truths about life, with humor as her vehicle. Burnett's career spanned far beyond her variety show. She showcased her dramatic range in films like Pete and Tilly, earning a Golden Globe nomination, and later as the unforgettable Miss Hannigan in Annie, 1982. Whether playing for laughs or for tears, Burnett brought a sincerity that made her characters relatable and real. Each performance revealed another layer of her immense talent, marked by a fearless desire to grow and evolve as an artist. Despite her tremendous success, Carol's journey was not without personal struggle. Her early years in New York were marked by poverty and uncertainty, which she chronicled in her autobiography. She turned adversity into ambition, using every challenge as fuel for her dreams. Her resilience inspired fans, proving that even under the weight of hardship, one can rise with humor and hope. She also faced personal losses and health issues throughout her life. Vocal strain from long recording sessions would sometimes require her to rest, and the grueling pace of her variety show took a toll on her physically. Still, she pressed on with resilience and professionalism, always delivering the energetic performances fans had come to adore. She spoke candidly about these challenges, advocating for wellness in the performing arts and offering advice to young talents about balancing passion with self-care. Carol's empathy was shaped not just by her professional struggles, but also by her family life. Both her parents battled alcoholism, and those early experiences fueled her understanding of addiction and mental health. Her compassion extended to friends and colleagues in show business, offering support and guidance to those facing burnout or emotional hardship. She openly discussed the importance of seeking help, championing a culture of care and connection. In one of her most painful chapters, Carol lost her beloved daughter, Carrie Hamilton, to cancer in 2002 at the age of 38. Carrie had battled substance abuse, but ultimately found her path in recovery and became a successful actress and writer. Their bond was strong, and they co-wrote the play Hollywood Arms, based on Burnett's childhood. Carol spoke openly about the heartbreak of losing a child, using her platform to support addiction recovery and cancer research. Her honesty about grief became a source of comfort for many as she turned personal tragedy into advocacy and healing. She continued to pay tribute to Carrie in public, often sharing joyful memories and emphasizing the importance of empathy. For Carol, laughter remained a means of survival and remembrance. By speaking about loss with courage and love, she transformed sorrow into a message of hope, inspiring others to find strength in vulnerability.